What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our 2025 Internet Marketing Planning Workshop. Today, we will talk about how to maximize your lead flow in the new year, making sure that you are going to crush your goals with your HVAC or home service company in 2025. And for everyone watching live and watching the replay, make sure that you click to download your workbook in order to work alongside our workshop today. Just a quick heads up how this is looking like. The workbook is going to be looking like this, and we will go through a lot of things in this workbook in order to make sure that we take away the most important things from this workshop and make sure that you dial in your 2025 marketing plan and crush your goals in 2025. And in order to get this workbook, you can just go to topsealmarketers.com/2025-plan, and then you will automatically be forwarded to the Google document. You can make a copy and work in that Google document. Okay, sweet. With that being said, and no further ado, 2024 has been a crazy year for so many HVAC and home service companies. Why has that been? Because the market has been fluctuating. The quantitative tightening from the Fed has been putting out a little bit more money out of the markets, and hence a lot of companies started struggling to do sales, especially starting July and August. That's when we saw that a lot of companies and a lot of our clients had a little bit more struggles to sign jobs and get more jobs booked. So with that being said, I want to make sure that we use our time today to be together here, work together, and plan your 2025, okay? What we're going to cover in today's session here is we will set clear goals and targets for the year, because awareness precedes change, meaning your awareness about your goals and what you want to achieve in 2025 and where you are at right now, 2024, is going to precede the change that you want to make in your HVAC and home service business. Meaning if 2024 was not absolutely satisfying, then you have the ability to reflect and set clear goals and targets for 25 in order for us to crush these goals. Because clear goals give us momentum, because we can unify our teams and we can go for it, okay? We will also realign KPIs and the tracking to reach the goals and targets. In order for us to be able to reach our goals and targets, we need to be able to track our data. Meaning, we want to make sure that the goals that we set in terms of amount of leads, appointments, booked jobs, and average ticket value, that these are trackable and that you have an opportunity to track them. I'll go over how you are able to track these, okay? And then we will map out a plan for accomplishment, meaning we look at where you are right now, where you want to go, point A and point B, and we will reverse engineer the path to get from A to B and map out a plan for accomplishment of your goals, okay? So we'll talk here about budgeting. We'll talk about which channels should receive which budget. We'll talk about important trends to, in the end of the day, set you up for massive success in 2025 and beyond, because what we are discussing here is essential for your digital marketing, meaning these core pillars that we are and that we will be discussing here on this 2025 planning workshop are essential for now, for next year, and for the years to come, okay? So with what we talk about today is fundamental for your success in 2025 and beyond. And once again, I would love for you to pull up topsealmarketers.com/2025-plan. For the reason being that the workbook will help you to go through everything and actually come with actionable steps out of this workshop. So I don't want this to be another 75 to 90 minutes where you just listen to someone and you don't do anything. We will work together in order for you to have measurable results within the next 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, so that you know that you spent your time well on this workshop, okay? So who am I and why should you listen to me? Who is this guy standing in front of me? My name is Thomas Eberts. I was born and raised in Germany, and I'm in home services since 2010, meaning since I was 14 years old. How that? My dad had a home service business. He did everything from electrical over plumbing, over HVAC, landscaping. He had a company in a very small town, 80,000 people live there, and he worked his ass off. And what he taught me in home services is one thing: the customer is king. The customer experience is so important, and for us to be honest, reliable, and Antigua is the #1 thing. So I have been in home service since 2010 and learned so many things from my dad, especially work moral. If it's one thing that I've taken away from that time, is seeing how hard my dad was working in his age, because he was already a little bit older, has definitely inspired me and formed me for the rest of my life. And then in 2016, I joined digital marketing. I got into digital marketing. I've been in real estate before, and I didn't like the industry because it was just not mine. And so I got into digital marketing and started working in digital marketing in 2016. And that's actually when I built the first website and when I optimized the first website for SEO in order to get it ranking in Google and get visitors to my website to make money off of it. And then further down the road, 2020, I won the ClickFunnels Award. The ClickFunnels Award is a thing that you get when you build a funnel and you make $1 million within faster than in a year. I was featured on Forbes next to Jordan Belfort about sales, and I've been speaking on stages about SEO, performance marketing, PPC, etc. since 2019, meaning teaching has always been my thing, and presenting and helping people out, understanding things and understanding the opportunities that they have when they work on their digital marketing. And yes, we have worked here at Top Tier Marketers with home service across the US. We have had really extremely great, beautiful results with smaller companies, with bigger companies, companies that are at $1.5 million, companies that are at $3 million, companies that have $500,000 in revenue a year. And so with all of that I'm bringing here today, that's the reason why you should listen, is because I care. I know where you all come from. I have worked hard in home services myself, and I have sharpened my axe over the past 8 years to learn and grow on my digital marketing capabilities. And the HVAC and home service owners that we've been working with are a couple are on here. I've been just putting the screenshots in here. And what we really love to do is we work with HVAC and home service contractors that we relate with, that we vibe with, where we meet each other halfway. Because for us, it's not only important that we get results, of course, that is fueling our partnership, but the personal relationship is so important for us, because we are going and we will be spending a lot of time together if we were choosing to go into a partnership. Hence, we want to make sure that we have a good connection, that we actually enjoy spending time with each other. And for that, just using the time spent, okay? So let's get into the 2025 Internet Marketing Plan, shall we? I want to start off with the marketing trends. In order for us to be fully informed about what is going on in the marketing world. In 2024, things have excelled, especially with AI. So I want to give you a little bit of context of where is the industry heading and how can we navigate and how can we capitalize on marketing trends. First biggest marketing trend is the growing popularity of AI. And here we have a really big battle that is coming up, really big football game. Yeah. Google versus ChatGPT. Right now, most homeowners, 93% of homeowners are ending up on Google to search for services like best HVAC contractor in my area, best plumber in my area, plumber in your market. Search for it, they land on a Google Map pack, or they land on the organic search results, or they get LSA or PPC and move forward and discover you. But search engines are old and AI is the new thing. More and more people are using Search GPT, which is the search engine of ChatGPT, in order to get results. And Search GPT is pulling their results from Bing, meaning it is really important for you to not only position yourself on Google, but on Bing as well, and factor GEO in, generative engine optimization, in order for you to land in the search results of generative search engines, okay, like Search GPT, like Perplexity, etc., etc. So it's really, really important that we have in mind that the industry and the landscape of getting eyeballs onto your office and your company is going to change in 25 and beyond. And if you are choosing to prepare yourself for this change in the industry, you're going to come out on the better end of the deal. okay, if you use this information to prepare yourself. And then the second big thing to use AI in a good way is to train your own model, meaning you don't want to go onto ChatGPT and type in, write me a blog post about HVAC installation or AC installation. That is so general that Search GPT will come up with content that ChatGPT has probably given 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000, a million times to other people, and they have published it on their website, and hence you'll run into duplicate content issues with Google. What you want to do is you want to train your AI model on your ideal customer formula, on your services, on your guarantees, on your warranties, on your values, on your team members, on your amount of trucks, on the things that you do, the things that make you stand out, your unique selling propositions, your mechanisms that you use, the problems you fix, the pains that you fix, the solutions you offer. You want to train your model on all of this, and then you prompt the model. And what will happen is that the output you generate with this model is going to be so custom tailored that you won't run into these issues and you save a lot of time. So if I can give you one tip for using AI, is take 2 hours a day in order to go into it and learn and establish a practice with AI in your daily, day-to-day business. Daily, an hour, reading, educating yourself in order to not miss this trend, okay? Then the next big one that we have is online scheduling. Recent studies have shown, especially the younger the homeowners are, and the younger the homeowners turn, is that clients prefer to schedule directly online if it is possible. Why? Because nowadays, everything is just on a click of a button. You want to have groceries from any grocery store, you get it. You want to have food, you just click a button and it's delivered. You want to have a new TV, it's there in 12 hours and you can set it up. Amazon, DoorDash, Uber, everything has trained us to do everything on our phone with a button click. And so your customer and your homeowners are expecting the same of you if you want to dominate the industry. So they want to schedule online. And the good thing is, if you find a way to put online scheduling onto your website, you will increase your conversion rates drastically. Because if your customers and visitors on your website have the opportunity to just soft schedule an appointment that fits for them, they can directly satisfy the need of having a solution for their problem. Meaning they don't have to call you and you call them back in 5 minutes and you lose the lead. They are on your website, fill out a web form, and then are prompted to just soft schedule. And if somebody soft schedules for a time that your team is not available, your office can just call back and say like, hey, we saw that you scheduled for this time. We had a little error in your system. Would it be okay if we find a better date and time for you and us in order for us to help you? And then you just go ahead like that. So what you want to make sure is that you put online scheduling into your website, onto your website, through your field management system, if it is Service Fusion, if it is Service Titan, if it is House Call Pro, etc., etc. Most of these field management systems nowadays have the opportunity for you to schedule online. And you want to make sure that you use the soft scheduling if you have not dialed in a hard schedule yet, because most of our contractors are still pretty flexible in terms of their schedule, and they want to make sure that they optimize their service calls, their installs, their repairs, maintenance, etc., in the same service area. For example, one of our clients, Comfort One Air Conditioning, has his service area in Scottsdale, Cave Creek, and North Phoenix. And sometimes you drive 1.5 hours from A to B. So they want to make sure that they can flexibly align their schedule. So for them, soft scheduling is fantastic, because they soft schedule, give a call if it doesn't fit, and just keep the appointment if it fits. Excuse me here. The next bigger thing is two-way text messaging, meaning you want to make sure that your customers and homeowners can chat with you like they're chatting with their friends. Meaning you want to give the homeowners and your customers the option to text you versus calling you, meaning they should be able to text your phone number and you should be able to receive this text message and text back. This will not only increase speed to lead, which will help you close more leads into actual estimates and book jobs, but it will also enhance the conversion rates overall because the experience that the homeowners have with you is premier, is supreme. And it will also help you further down the road to build in more automations. Build in more automations that will help you automate some of the sales, some of the lead follow-up, and making sure that your system is running and running and running and converting more visitors into leads, more leads into booked appointments, more booked appointments into booked jobs, and hence a bigger return on investment on your marketing dollars spent. Point number four, fear is from Germany. Number 4 is marketing automations. As I said, especially via two-way text messaging, marketing automations are so powerful because we can start a conversation and AI can, for example, take care of it. And we can train the AI model just like I spoke in point number 1. And AI can take care of the conversation and close this lead into a booked appointment. And this is already possible. And it doesn't take a long time to be set up. So I want to say there's a big opportunity for you to automate some of the conversations in two-way text messaging. And this will help you increase your speed to lead. It will help you to build a review automation where after each job run, after each call run, your customers, your homeowners are getting a review request and say like, hey, if you enjoyed our service today, here's a photo, blah, 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 send us a review. And hence, the more reviews you get, what happens? Right. You rank better on Google, you get more visitors, more leads, and more booked jobs. You increase the conversion rate of your Google business profile. People think better of your business, about your business. So it's really powerful. And with two-way text messaging marketing automations, you can also do database reactivations, meaning you can take your contact list and right away put that contact list and run through an automation to, for example, upsell somebody who had a recent install into signing up for your comfort club. And hence you have recurring revenue that you can service during the shoulder seasons, right? You can have all of the bigger repairs having an automated follow-up of like, hey, might it be time now to replace your system? We have this promotion, 12 months, 0 interest, $99 a month, whatever, to get a new system onto your roof. Would you be open to exploring an estimate with us? Hey there, customer. We have recently installed a new system, and if you enjoyed our service, we have an offer for you. If you refer us one of your friends, you will receive a $200 Amazon gift card, and your referral will get 5% off his new system. Automated after every install. Imagine what this could do for you. Automation is the way to go in order to grow your business without spending more time. It's the way to go to make more money with the leads you have instead of paying for more new leads. It's the way to go in order to absolutely maximize the revenue that you can from your operations and from your existing customer base without having to be super just dialed in on the money, but rather like giving value in that way and thinking about, okay, what follow-up offer might make sense and will actually give value to my customers, right? And then the biggest opportunity of them all, and barely any one of our clients likes this idea, but it is authentic video content. I know most of our contractors don't like to be on video, but that's the reason why it is such an opportunity. If you want to become the go-to HVAC company, the go-to plumber, electrician, remodeler, roofer in your service area, you want to make sure that you position yourself as a thought leader. And you do this by having a podcast. You do this by having a YouTube channel. You do this by having content up on your Instagram, on your TikTok, on your Facebook, on all of your social media channels where you speak and where you showcase your expertise. And if you as the owner, you don't have time, you don't want to do it, pick somebody out of your company that has the ability to speak in front of a camera, be a natural and just rock and roll. And if you don't have it, go hire for it. Because if you hire and spend this money on somebody creating content for your company, within the next 12 months, it will pay off hugely, because not only Google likes it, but the people like it too. Because if you answer questions of homeowners, What you become is you're going to become the king of search. You're going to become the king of information, because this is where you win the battle against any competitor. If you put out information that the competitor is not putting out, and you talk about topics that the competitor is not talking about, the homeowner is automatically like, I haven't heard anyone else talk about this yet. Why didn't anyone else talk about this yet? This is really important to me. And hence you build trust. And that trust goes such a long way when they give you a call to want to move forward with a new install, for example, with a repair, with a service call, with a maintenance agreement, whatever it is. So I want you to consider authentic video content 2025, especially with the rise of AI. Everyone can write well, but video is going to be the next biggest thing. So with these marketing trends in mind, let's set our focus on setting clear goals. Setting clear goals for 2025 and making sure that we set attainable goals. Because in the end of the day, setting goals is like our direction, our compass with our company. So my question for you is, what are your goals for 2025? What do you want to achieve with your HVAC and home service company? What kind of revenue do you want to make? How many trucks do you want to have on the road? How many more reviews do you want to get? How much money do you want to donate into goodwill causes? What do you want your client satisfaction to look like, your customer satisfaction to look like? What are your goals for 2025? Because in the end of the day, your goals in 2025 will determine how much of a performance vehicle your company can become. And that's why I chose the Ford Raptor here. The Ford Raptor is a beast. It goes on the road and off the road full power. And why? Because it has one clear goal: to get you from A to B really fast. And that's what goals do as well. Goals build momentum. Clear goals help you to unify your entire company and say like, hey guys, look, these are the goals. These are the 3 or 5 goals for 2025. Let's do this together. What can we do together? What can we do together as a company to reach these goals? And you brainstorm together, and that's where you start. You put your team in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minds are way more intelligent than just one person leading the whole show without clear goals. Okay, so clear goals will help you get momentum. And this is where we start now into dropping into our workbook. So I would love for you to pull up topseedmarketers.com/2025-plan in order for you to get this Google Doc and helping yourself to get some stuff written down and actually get results from this. Drop in the comments here or in the chat once you have it open. Open, Jamie, open, Catherine, open. Awesome, cool. So first up, I would love for us to go into the company snapshot. And I will show you real quick how the Google Doc here looks like. This is how the Google Doc looks like. Your 2025 HVAC and Home Service Internet Marketing Plan. And again, we have the objectives right here. And now we are talking about the current snapshot, 2025 plan. So what we want to look at is the following. Give me one moment. Gonna navigate back. Cool. What we want to look at is at your company snapshot, meaning reflecting on how has your 2024 been. And I want to ask you right now, please be interactive. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, my 2024 was in the reds. I struggled hardcore. And 10 being, I crushed all of my goals and I exceeded my goals. On a scale of 1 to 10, where have you been in 2024? Be honest, just put it in chat. Because awareness precedes change. If we are clear on how 24 went, we can make informed decisions about what we need to change in order for 25 to go better. So what I would like for you to look at is your average monthly revenue, meaning this is the first most important number. It's like, what did you make a year? You divide it by 12 in 2024, and you put down your average monthly revenue, okay? So put that down in your sheet. And then what is the average amount of jobs run per month? This is the number that you need in order to be able to calculate your average ticket value. So if you have made around $150,000 in revenue a month and you typically run around 300 jobs, then your average ticket is what? Right, $500. So I want you to put down that number. How many jobs on average have you run per month? And then you divide your average monthly revenue by the amount of jobs run per month. And that is your average ticket value. And the average ticket value will get really, really important once we dive into budgeting SEO, budgeting PPC, LSA, and all of our expenditures and channels that we can go into. And then I want you to look at your average conversion rate. How was your average conversion rate in 2024? How many leads did you close into appointments? That is the setting rate. And how many appointments did you close into booked jobs? That is the conversion rate for sales. So I want you to note down what is the percentage looking like. Some of our contractors have a really, really, really solid closing rate of 50%, but they suck putting the appointments on the books. Some of our contractors are really good at getting the appointments, but they're really bad at selling. So what we want to look at that average conversion rate is, if it is average, then we know, okay, we don't need to worry about it. We don't need to put too much effort in it right now. It is performing average. But if it's performing below average, we'll either have to make up with the average ticket value, the amount of jobs that we run, or we need to adjust our goal long term. So 2024, what was your average conversion rate? And how many trucks did you have in 2024? I would love for you to note this down here in our workbook right here. Average monthly revenue, average number of jobs run, average ticket, which is the typical jobs run, the average monthly revenue divided by typical jobs run, and then the average conversion in the field, and then the number of trucks, okay? Cool. So now that we know where you have been in 2024, we want to take a look at where do you want to go in 2025. So, what is the annual revenue goal you have for 2025? Put it in the chat. If anyone feels like sharing, I would love to see. I see Linwood Heating and Cooling is here. If you are present, if you're not in the car running a job, if you're present here, put in the chat, what is your annual revenue goal looking like for 2025? I would love to hear some thoughts on this. What are the number of trucks that you want to have in your company? How many trucks do you want to have or add in 2025? And you want to note, why is this important? Why does it matter to your company to hit this annual revenue and to have these numbers of trucks? Why is it important? Because if you can find the why of why it matters for your company to grow, there's a motivation. There's a reason to go after it, even at the times when it's hard. Because growing your company to 2 to 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 million is a journey. It will bring pain. It will bring growing pains. But if you have a strong why, it will help you weathering the storm. Any one of our clients has a strong why, and if they don't, we make sure that we establish one together, because it makes it a lot easier for us to weather the storms of operations when the schedules are all over the place, right? Especially when season hit and everything is like, oh my God, we need to do this, we need to do that, oh my God, 16-hour days, etc. The why is important, okay? So with that in mind, we can go into our next step, which is the worksheet, in order for us to reverse engineer what our monthly budgeting needs to look like. And this is another sheet. It's topseamarketers.com/2025-worksheet. And you can make a copy of this as well in order for you to be able to edit and use this tool for yourself, okay? So we are here in our in the worksheet, in the lead generation planner, and I would love to have somebody share with me their annual revenue goal, so I can take this as an example that we can go through. Anyone that feels like, it says I'm unable to send a message because I'm only able to view, but I'm enjoying the presentation. Thanks. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. My business partner Ryan just came and showed me this. Let me see if I can adjust this on my end real quick. I think Linwood Heating and Cooling, you should be able now to accept the request to become a contributor, and then you can answer in the chat. Okay. We could go with your example. Just put in a chat, what is your annual revenue goal for this year? And then we will do some reverse engineering together, and I will coach you through the whole thing. Okay. And we can do all of this together here. I would love to. If you feel comfortable, just let me know in the chat. Okay. Over 500K consistently. Okay, awesome. And where have you been in 24? How was your 24 annual revenue looking like? So I can go ahead and type in 350K. Awesome, cool. So y'all are looking to grow around 40%. That's solid. So let's take the $500,000 example here. So with $500,000 as an annual revenue goal and target, we need one more thing. We have done 500K before, but want to do it consistently. Yeah, makes sense. Consistency is the most important thing to grow our company. So I love that you have that in mind already. Would you mind sharing what your average ticket value is looking like currently? What is the average average ticket value that you have? You take the average monthly revenue or the yearly revenue divided by the number of jobs you run monthly or yearly. Do you have that number present? If not, you can give me a guesstimate. I don't have that information currently. I apologize. Okay, that's okay. Do you have a guesstimate of where it runs? Because for our HVAC contractors that we help, they typically run their jobs at around 1,500 or 1,350. It was. We will just make the math with these 1,350 jobs, with these 1,350 in average ticket value, and then we just go with an average conversion rate of 33% in order to just go with the average, and then you will be able to double check yourself of it. Are you landing above average or below average based on the recording that we will send through as well. So when we look at $500,000 in yearly revenue, which is your target, we are looking at $41,666 that you need to bring in on average monthly. That means with an average ticket value of $1,350, you would have to run 31 calls a month. And with 31 calls a month, we can start calculating of like, okay, what amount of leads do you need in order to get these 31 calls booked? Okay, so with an average conversion rate here of 33%, which is industry average, a little bit below, you would need 94 leads per month to hit that target. Okay, 95 leads, 94 leads. So 100 leads is your goal to get a month in order to land at these $500,000 based on average KPIs, okay, that I filled in. That means with an average cost per generated lead that we have in the industry across SEO, PPC, LSA of $75, your budget required to hit that target is somewhere around $7,015. Okay. Now, depending on your market, the $75 can go down as far as $22. That's the lowest that we have ever had per lead for a client. It's $22 per lead via SEO, PPC, and LSA. And then it can go up to $150 in markets that are extremely competitive, like Scottsdale, Phoenix, like in general, Arizona is really, really high competition. So with that being said, we have a little bit of a direction of what we need to do. So with that in mind, Linwood Heating and Cooling, does this help? Do you have any questions about this so far? Is there anything that I could elaborate on a little bit more for you to make a little bit more sense of it? Not at this time. Thank you for this info. Awesome. Cool. I appreciate the feedback. I'm really happy that this is helpful. So let's keep rocking and rolling in order to see how do we get these leads? How do we get these 95, these 100 leads? How do we get these leads that you need per month to get to your goal of $500,000 of consistent revenue a month? Okay. So a year, sorry. So with that, we'll go over to the budget planner. You can open 2025-worksheet and you can put in your marketing budget right there in order to plan. So let's do this together and make sure that I run you through this and I run everyone else through this as well. So we have our budget planning worksheet right here. And if we say the projected revenue is $500,000, and I will be zooming in here a little bit more for you all so you can actually read what's going on. Let's do this. I think that's a little bit better. With $500,000 in revenue and projected revenue, where you want to go, we typically recommend a marketing budget between 6 and 15%. Okay, meaning 6% is the rule of thumb for a typical marketing budget. 10 to 12% would be aggressive, and 3% would be very conservative. Linwood Heating and Cooling. Let me know, where is your marketing budget currently? What have you spent in 2024 to get to where you have been going, and what are you planning to spend in order to hit these $500,000 consistently? With these two numbers, we are able to run the entire budgeting for your entire operation, okay? Okay. We had an ineffective agency before. We were paying $4K a month. Okay, with $4K a month, you are ending up somewhere at 48,000, which would be about 10%. Okay, so let's put 10% in here. So with 10%, you would have a total marketing budget of $50,000, which is an average monthly budget of $4,166. So what we want to make sure, especially with all of our campaigns, is that we allocate the budgets per channel. So we have always online channels, we have offline channels, and then we have repeat business, okay? So online channels is everything from SEO to PPC, LSA, local SEO, website, etc. Then offline marketing is everything from yard signs to direct mail to anything to billboard advertising, radio advertising, etc. That will be considered offline marketing. And then repeat business is everything in terms of referral business, like how well can you get your current customers to come back and give you more money / follow up with service and increase your customer lifetime value. So these are the three channels. And then if we were looking at the allocation here that we typically recommend, is for your online marketing, you should spend around $40,000, and you should spend $5,000 in offline marketing, yard signs, etc., and $5,000 for repeat business. And then you can, if you put these information into your own sheet, excuse me, you can look at how much you should spend on your online marketing a month, how much you should spend on your offline marketing a month, and how much you should spend on your repeat business per month, okay? So this will help you and anyone who really wants to like dive into their numbers and have a feeling of their budget and what is right and what is wrong, to get a little bit more of an understanding. And then the bigger you grow, with a budget of $500,000, we typically do not recommend to run ads right away, because that is oftentimes a drainage in the pocket. But it really depends on where you're at right now. But based on this lead generation plan and the budget planning, you can make sure that what you're doing right now, you can reflect on and see if that is the right thing to do or not, okay? Linwood Heating and Cooling, on a scale of 1 to 10, how helpful was this? 1 being, that didn't give me anything, and 10 is, I feel pretty clear about what I should do and what are the next steps in that way of planning my budget. 8, it is clear. Thanks. Awesome. Appreciate it. So with this budget planning in mind, we can go ahead and now take a look. How do we need to deploy this budget, and what do we do with this budget? Because it is nice to know where we have been in 24, where we want to go in 25, and having clarity on where we need to spend and how we need to spend our marketing budget in order to get results. But what do we need to actually do? Okay, so we'll go into the core of our planning webinar right now. We are talking about your marketing strategy. And this is our local Omnipresence marketing system, our framework that we work with all of our contractors, which includes 10 steps, which is your website, it's your local SEO, your website SEO, meaning this is the biggest part of like getting your website up and running and making it rank in the search engines through local SEO factor and organic SEO factors. Then we have a referral system for repeat business, reputation management to get more reviews and rank higher in the local map pack. Then we have content marketing in order for you to establish yourself as an authority in your marketplace and rank better and convert online as well. Sales funnels to make more, to optimize the return on investment you have on your marketing dollars by optimizing conversion rates from lead to booked appointment, from booked appointment to signing the job. Then PPC advertising in order to be able to get out there and get more leads in on demand that we can put the budget up and down depending on your work schedule. Retargeting advertising and tracking and analytics. These are the core pillars of our Omnipresence framework. And today we will focus on a couple of these in order to dial in the pillars for your digital marketing strategy. So there is the big 3 things that we need to do in our business in order to hit our goals. And number 1 of these big 3 things is to drive more leads. So we will look at the Omnipresence framework in the context of how can we drive more leads in 2025. Does that sound like a good idea? To look at how can we drive more leads and what do we need to do in order to drive these 100 leads a month, in order to get these to these $500,000 consistently, in order to be able to grow our company and get more trucks on and have like a solid foundation. How does that sound? Let's get into it. So we'll talk about website, local SEO, website SEO, and reputation management in the combination and the context of how to drive leads with it. So we'll start with search engine optimization. Let's start with the technical things. I don't want to bore you. I don't want to go into too deep. So you can always let me know in the chat if something is too deep for you. I don't want to bore you. I don't want you to fall asleep in this presentation, but I want you to take away the direction of where your company needs to develop. So in terms of website tech, you need to make sure you have a mobile first design because 60% of the traffic is already mobile and it's just becoming more and more. Your website speed needs to be dialed in. Your website should load faster than a second or 2 seconds. It needs to be under 2 seconds, especially if you run advertising, because everything slower than 2 seconds will make people jump. They will bounce. They will see the URL loading, it's too long, and they jump off and go to the next thing, and you lose the lead. In order to optimize your website speed, to have lightning fast websites, you should use a content distribution network, which is a CDN that typically your hosting should include. You should use Redis cache, which is object caching of your website in order to deliver your website faster. You should have American servers that are either located on the East Coast or on the West Coast in order to deliver your information quicker, because it takes time to get information from A to B, even with the internet. And then you need to make sure that you optimize your website for site speed with a plugin like Flying Press, and that you include schema, which is structured data. And schema is a really important thing. Schema is something that you put onto your website in order to communicate with clarity to a search engine and help the search engine understand what this specific page is about. So for example, if you have a service page about air conditioning installation, you want to make sure that you have schema that helps Google and Bing and any other search engine and generative engine to understand what's going on your website. Like, what are the entities that you're talking about? You're talking about HVAC, you're talking about air conditioning, etc., etc. So you want to make sure that the search engine understands your website better, and hence you will rank better, okay? So the goal with this website tag is to become the most accessible contractor in your area. I want to say that again. The goal of dialing in the best website tag is to become the most accessible contractor in your area. Because the more accessible you are, the better you will rank. The more accessible you are, the better will the user experience be, okay? And then the next step, once we have dialed that piece of the puzzle in, we want to look at your on-page SEO, meaning we want to make sure you have service pages. One service page for every service you offer. And this does not mean I do HVAC repair and I do HVAC installation, okay? HVAC installation would, for example, be the category. The subcategory would be air conditioning installation, okay? And then within air conditioning installation, you have some of your services, ductwork installation, etc., etc., etc. But typically, how we are structuring our services is in heating and air conditioning. So heating has its own segment, meaning heating services, and then you have furnace repair, you have heat pump repair, you have ductless mini split repair, etc., etc., etc. And on the other side, you have air conditioning, you have AC repair, you have furnace, you have heat pump repair, you have mini split repair, etc., etc., etc. So you want to make sure that you write a service page for each of your services and you categorize them in your URL structure in order to enhance your SEO. Meaning, if you were jjhvac.com/HVAC services, this is the main category of your services, like you do it on your Google Business Profile, you're an HVAC contractor, then the subcategory is air conditioning, and in that subcategory you have your service air conditioning repair. And with this URL structure, you will help Google and any search engine, any generative engine understand what is the logic behind your services and how do they interrelate, okay? Then next step, you want to have city pages, meaning you want to have a page that speaks and links to all of these service pages you have built on a specific page about the cities, suburbs, and communities you serve. For example, if we are talking about Comfort One and North Phoenix and Scottsdale, within North Phoenix and Scottsdale, we have many different neighborhoods. We have many different suburbs. We have many different districts that we can address. For example, Cave Creek, we have Carefree, we have Desert Mountain, we have Paradise Valley, we have Scottsdale, we have North Scottsdale. Okay, we have Fountain Hills. Then if we go even further north, we have Anthem, etc. So we want to make sure that we build city pages for all of these cities and sub-cities. And on these city pages, we write city-specific content, but we want to make sure that we link to our service pages in order to interlink our website and help Google understand, oh, JJ HVAC is giving these services in these service areas. Okay, so we'll help. It will help Google understand where you give your services and how you deliver them. Meaning, this is how the URL structure will look like. jjhvac.com/about us, because your service area is telling the homeowner more about you. And then service area, which is the service area page that links then to the specific city page, HVAC contractor, Cave Creek, AZ, for example. This is how your URL structure should look like in order for you to get the maximum on-page SEO benefits, okay? And then the third big pile of pages you should have on your website to increase your on-page SEO is the About Us pages, meaning about you as the company. What is your history? What is the story behind your company? Why should I care about you? Like, tell me about you. What are your values like? What do you do in your company? What makes you unique in terms of humans, right? Then you want to have a page about your team, meet the team. You want to have headshots on their descriptions and talking a little bit about the experience and what kind of job title they carry in your company. You want to have a blog where you consistently publish blog articles that help your homeowners understand topics and get answers to questions they have. You want to have a news page where you publish frequently, once a month, twice a month news about your company in order to push these news to Google and help Google understand something is going on in your company. And then the service area overview is part of the About Us, meaning helping your homeowners understand where you deliver your services. And this not only helps the homeowners, but it also helps Google understand more about your company. And the better Google understands your company online, the more traffic you will get. Because the better a search engine understands you, the better the search engine knows where to put you, right? If Google understands on your website that you are the best HVAC contractor, it will put you up into the search results when somebody searches for best HVAC contractor in your market. But in order to get there, you have to give Google all the information Google needs in order to understand why you are the best. And this is what we need to do. Okay, these are the core essentials. And then we want to include case studies. We call them project pages, where you display your work in the neighborhood that you have worked in. You put pictures in there and a review with your customer. And 1 or 2 project pages a month for the next 12 months are going to put you in a complete different spot in your business. Not only because these project pages tend to rank really, really well for specific search queries, but these case studies and project pages also convert visitors into leads, because they will see, oh, JJ HVAC was already working in my community, and I just have a really similar home to the project that they had, the install that they did, or the replacement that they did, and the review is really good. No brainer to give them a call, right? And then you have a coupon down there, save 5% on your install if you book before date. You signed the deal right there. So case studies are really, really important in order to convert more visitors into leads and leads into book jobs. So the goal with your on-page SEO is to become the most knowledgeable contractor in your area. What we say with your on-page SEO, we want to become the Wikipedia of your industry in your service area. Okay? And if we get this status, Google will give us so much traffic, and the search engines will rank us that well, and these generative engines like Search GPT and Perplexity will start picking up on the content, the knowledge that we have on our website that they cannot find anywhere else. And so they will start prioritizing our content because they know our data bank is the cheapest to crawl because we have the most information available. It would be going a little bit too deep today in order to explain you how search engines work, but I have studied and studied and studied since 2016. I've understood a lot of stuff that, is different from just optimizing something for keywords. Let's say it like that, okay? So your goal with on-page SEO is to become the most knowledgeable contractor in your area. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm absolutely bored, I'm about to fall asleep, and 10 being, okay, this is juicy, I am taking notes, and this is really, really helpful. Where are we at? Give me a rating real quick so I can feel out if I need to cut something or if I need to divert my focus to a different topic. Let me know in the chat. I would love to know. 10. Thank you. Awesome. Cool. I'm stoked for that feedback. Thank you. I'll keep rocking and rolling in order for you all to be able to dial in your lead gen, at least with SEO for now, to get these 100 leads a month. So the next step is off-page SEO. So we have technical SEO to set up your website for success. Then we have on-page SEO, everything that you do on your website. And now we have off-page SEO, meaning search engine optimization that happens off your website, not on your website, but outside of your website. And here we are talking about things like link building. Everyone has heard about link building and what link building is. But one big misconception is that the amount of links that you have is the only determining factor for your rankings. It's not. The quality of links that you have is the determining factor. You can have 10 backlinks from 10 really highly reputable sources like Wikipedia, Forbes, the Time magazine, Washington Post, and some of your local newspapers, and you will outrank somebody with 1,500 backlinks that they have gotten through spammy backlinks and link farms. So with link building, I want you to always focus on quality before quantity. And once you have dialed in quality, you can go for a little bit more quantity, okay? But quality first. If you get one nice and good backlink a month, and I will go into some strategy here in a moment, you will be way better off in 12 months from now. And you will see your rankings increasing. You will see getting more visitors. You will see your Google Business Profile and your local map pack rankings increasing step by step. We want to play the game on the long run in order to, as you said, Linwood Heating and Cooling, to dial in consistent revenue, to dial in these 500,000 consistently, or for others, it's dialing the 5 million consistently. But in order to do that, we have to think long-term what we can do every month without giving up consistency. Extremely important. So the first category, which is the cheapest links, are citations. Citations are just business directories that you put your business in with the right name, address, and phone number in order for search engines to crawl these websites and understand more about your business and the consistency. If you have covered the main ones like Google, Yelp, BBB, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, that's probably it. These are the 5 biggest ones. If you have covered these, Facebook is another big one. If you have covered these, you're good. Nextdoor is another one. If you have covered these, you're good. You have a foundation. Now, depending on the budget and your time you have, you can go and build some more citations. But citations is not changing the game anymore. If you have been in the SEO game, and for example, Linwood Heating and Cooling said they have paid $4,000 to an agency that did not move the needle, but I'm pretty sure they have built citations because it's a standard in the industry. You have the citations dialed in. So the next step for you would to focus on local sponsorships. So what we do with our clients is when we onboard our clients, we get to know them really, really, really well in depth. And so we get a feeling for what is their meaning with their company, what drives them in their company, what are their values. And based on this set of values and what that drives them, what makes them them, we start working on local sponsorships with foundations in the area. For example, with our client Comfort One, we have a sponsorship with a local baseball team, where we sponsor the local baseball team and they give us a logo on their website and a backlink. We have a sponsorship with an association for veterans, where we give money to the sponsorship to have a one-year sponsorship, and they put our logo on their Veterans Association page, give us a backlink. So this is a local sponsorship that also encourages the activity in the community. We are giving back to the community, and we can use that for our marketing purposes, but it gives also a backlink. That is really, really important, because the more local links you have from local organizations out of your service area, the better you will rank in your service area, because Google sees, oh, they have links from all of these important associations and businesses and websites in this service area, in this market. They must be a big deal. I should rank them higher. I trust them more, right? So local sponsorships, really, really big thing. And then we have local partnerships, complete different thing, similar approach. So what you want to do is, whatever industry you are in, you want to look for local partnerships that are not in your industry. So if you are an HVAC, or let's say you are a plumber. If you're a plumber, what you want to do, you want to go into your service area and you want to find an HVAC, you find a landscaper, you find a roofer, you find an electrician, you find a pest control guy, you find any kind of home service guy in your service area, and you pick the one with the best reputation. And then what you do is you start networking with that person. You start networking with that company. You start just referring business to them without even speaking to them. And then after some time, you just pick up the phone and you give them a call and say like, hey, this is XYZ from Linwood Heating and Cooling. I just wanted to see if I can speak to the owner, Gary, because I have referred some business and I was just curious if the business closed. And they'll go like, oh, wow, somebody just referred without anything. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure, you can speak to Gary. And then you have Gary on the phone. You're like, hey, Gary, I just wanted to say thank you. You do such an amazing service in our community. We are the #1 plumbing company in the service area. And our marketing agency has advised us to get together and build a local partnership. And then Gary's going to be like, what do you mean local partnership? It's like, look, we put your logo and your link on our website, and in exchange, you put our logo and link on your website, and we just name the page as recommended contractors in our network. And hence, we refer each other business and give a local backlink that will be good for Google and give you better ranking quality. And you don't have to pay anything for it. The only thing you have to do is network and get together with people, okay? So this strategy, local partnerships, is really good because it's not only link building, but it will also give you some more inbound leads. from other contractors that are referring you and are becoming your power partner, as we call it, okay? So the goal of off-page SEO and link building is to become the most linked contractor in your area. Meaning, if you imagine your brain and imagine all of your synapses, like how your brain is interconnected. And where does everything come from? Right, from the brain stem. So you want to become the brain stem in your industry, in your market. The contractor that everyone links to. Because that will tell Google they are the go-to. I will rank them number one. I will give them all of the prime positions because I know they are the best because everyone links to them. And I want to see anyone who uses my search engine to find the best result. And these guys are it. Okay, so that's what we want. That's the goal of off-page SEO. Next up, we have local SEO, map pack SEO, getting you into the local map pack. For everyone who does not know, the local map pack is a search result that appears under LSA ads and under PPC ads and is predominantly made of 3 of the best businesses in a certain industry. For example, if I look for an HVAC near me, we can do that right now. Check this out. HVAC near me. Share this tab. So what we see here is LSA, Comfort One Air Conditioning. And then we have our PPC campaigns here, Right Way of Phoenix. And then we have in the local map pack, Right Way Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, Total Pro AC, Just Air LLC, and Arcadia Air. So these are the 4 businesses that are sponsored in the local map pack. And now check this out. Most businesses do not know that this ad placement actually exists, which is a sponsored section in the local map pack. 43% of all clicks from home service related searches like HVAC near me, plumber near me, electrician near me, etc. Pull up the map pack, and 43% of all searchers are clicking on a map pack result and are investigating becoming a lead. So now imagine you run a small ad budget to get in here because not many companies know about this placement. And 43% of all searchers are clicking right there. You have a prime position and you have a placement that is not widely known yet. And of course, you want to make sure that you get organically into this section so you don't have to pay for this spot anymore, okay? Oops, for this spot here. You don't want to pay for that spot. That's why we do SEO, okay? So I just wanted to give you a little bit of context why the map pack is really important. I'm going to jump back here into the presentation. So in order to land in local map pack and get 43% of the clicks, for example, if 1,000 people a month look for AC repair in your service area and you get 43% of the clicks, that's 430 people landing on your website. If you have an average conversion rate in the industry of 15%, that's right there for the 60 leads. 60 leads that you have from one placement in the map pack for one keyword, okay? So I just want to help you understand that one ranking can significantly change the entire game. So in order to rank in the local maps, you want to optimize your business profiles across all citations, Google, Apple, Yelp, and BBB. Google is a Google Business Profile map pack, easy. Apple is used on Apple Maps. More and more people start using Apple Maps than just the Apple Maps on their phone, right? So you want to make sure that that is optimized so you rank high there as well. You want to optimize your Yelp because your Yelp is actually what Bing pulls from. Bing pulls from Yelp, and with a Bing search result, you land in the Bing search engine where you can also run ads that are a lot cheaper, just by the way. But the Bing search results are then feeding Search GPT, which is ChatGPT's search engine. Does that make sense? So you need to optimize your Yelp in order to land in Bing because Search GPT is taking from Bing and is gonna land you more leads. And then you want to go on to BBB, claim your profile, Better Business Bureau, and you want to make sure that you have that also optimized. Linwood Heating and Cooling, you said, how do I optimize these, please? Let me know specifically what you're asking for. If you're asking technically or to log in, specify your question a little bit more, and I'm happy to walk you through. So in order to optimize these business profiles, you want to make sure that you dial in your primary service category. For example, if you are an HVAC, you want to put HVAC contractor in there. If you have more of a focus, because, for example, here in Phoenix, it's getting really hot, but not that cold that you need heating a lot. You could also say you're an air conditioning contractor and you solely focus on air conditioning repair, installation, replacements, maintenance, and tune-ups, okay? So you want to make sure that you have your primary business profile category dialed into the services that you are offering. Next up, you want to make sure that you have a keyword in your business name. So for example, let's say you're an HVAC and you want to rank for more installation keywords. So you want to make sure that you have your business name in there, for example, Comfort One, and then air conditioning installation. So, but we can't just put a keyword into our business name because all of these platforms are going to give us a hard time, meaning they might suspend our profile because we violate their guidelines. But there is a loophole. And that loophole is a legal loophole that we can use, and it's easy to use. It doesn't take too much time. It's setting up a DBA, doing business as. So you have your LLC, you register a DBA, and with that DBA, you can put a keyword into the DBA, meaning Comfort One air conditioning installation as the DBA. And right there, once the state has verified my DBA, and approved my DBA, I have a legal framework for why I am Comfort One air conditioning installation. And then I put that on my website and I change the Google Business Profile, and voila, everything is good. And whenever somebody would suspend my profile, I can just send them the letter and say, like, we are this company. It is not spamming, it's our business name, okay? So this is what we do with our clients a lot. And then business location. You want to make sure that you do not have your business profiles registered at your home address. You want to register your business profile in your service area. And where in the service area? In the centroid of the service area. So if your service area is 20 miles high and 20 miles wide, you want to have in the middle of that service area, you want to have your business location. Why? Because the search engines, especially the local map pack, is ranking you according to how close you are to the searcher. So the search engine takes the location of the one who is searching for HVAC near me, for example, and if that is located in Scottsdale, and for example in Paradise Valley, they will put out results that are close to this person. So the closer your business location of your business profile gets to the searcher that looks for HVAC near me, the higher you will rank. Okay, does that make sense? And then we want to focus on reviews. You want to have good reviews, a lot of reviews, and a consistent influx of reviews and high quality reviews. What does this mean? A lot of reviews means have more reviews than 100. Quality reviews means reviews better on average than 4.5 stars. Consistent influx means rather 2 or 3 reviews a week than 30 in one day. And then quality of reviews is, do the people who give you a review put photos in there, videos, mention keywords? And these are the 4 factors in the reviews in order to influence your map pack rankings across all platforms. So, and then we get back to automation, why automations are so important, okay? So with these 4 factors dialed in for your profile, categories, keywords and business name, business location, and reviews, I am sure, I can ensure you, I can guarantee if we dial all of these 4 in within 90 days, your map pack rankings will explode. Of course, it depends on the competition in your market because your competitors might spend more money on optimization. They will be better optimized than you. But if there is possibility for us to rank you in a lesser competitive field, we can guarantee our results easily. And if you get all of this done yourself for your business in the next 12 months, I'm very, very sure things are going to look a lot different. 43% of searchers click on these search results, okay? And 93% of all homeowners search on Google if they need home services, okay? So 93% look on Google, 43% click on a local map pack. So it's really important that you get in there. So I already said get more reviews, quality reviews, keywords and media, automated review generation, really important. After a job that you have a review request, send out automatically. And also what you can give to your tax are NFC cards. There are NFC cards out there that you can just tap to the phone, boop, and then on your homeowner's form, your customer's phone, your Google Business Profile will pull up, or Facebook page will pull up, or Yelp will pull up, or the BBB will pull up, and they can give a review right away, and you can just give them $50 or $100 as an incentive, or give that off the bill. And in that way, you can get reviews really easily. After the job is like, Hey Glenn, thank you for your time today. I hope the service was to your full satisfaction. Can you give me a little bit of feedback? How did you feel with the service today? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, awesome. I just wanted to let you know we are a small family-owned and operated company, and we are really dependent on reviews. And I just wanted to say I would love to honor your time by giving you $100 off your bill if you would take the time to write a quick review, put a photo in there, and speak a little bit about our services. How does that sound to you? And in 99% of all cases, you get a yes, and then you move forward, pull out the NFC card, they scan it with their phone, just put their phone on it, the Google Business Profile will pop up, and they give a review. Incentives, I just said that. And then you want to answer the reviews. You want to make sure that you answer the reviews and show that you care. For good reviews, you want to show that you care about your customer relationship by just being grateful. And if you have bad reviews, everything below 4 stars, you want to make sure that you remediate in the comment and be very specific about what has been going wrong, why it has been going wrong, and how you are remediating it and how you remediated it already. Because negative reviews are a form of how you lose customers, how you lose leads. So you want to make sure that you are optimized in that way, okay? And then you want to make sure that you display your reviews. You want to make sure you display your reviews on your website, on your emails, and on your socials to establish that social proof and get rocking and rolling. And if you dial in website SEO, if you dial in local SEO, if you have a good website, and if you have a good reputation management, a campaign for installations can look like this. $3,300 marketing budget monthly. We have an opportunity generator of around $63,000 and $21,600 were closed, meaning Comfort One in this example for the specific installation campaign, they made 657% return on investment. We got them hot install leads for $122 and a cost per acquisition of $330. So when you dial in these aspects that we just went through, you can level up your game significantly. And if we look at $21,000 more in your pocket a month, we are looking at $240,000 in revenue a year. Linwood Heating and Cooling, you say you're at 350K, you want to go to 500K, that would land you at 600, right? So putting these things to work in your business can really, really help. Now let's talk a little bit about PPC advertising. PPC advertising is the next big thing to drive leads. If you are beyond $1.5 million in revenue a year, would highly suggest to start using some money and some of your marketing budget on PPC. Because if you are at 1.5 million, you have $150,000 on average in marketing budget, and you should spend at least 55% of that in PPC in order to scale and grow your company. But everything below, I would highly suggest to just run LSA and run your SEO. So for everyone who is wanting to run PPC, here's a little bit of average cost per lead by source. For plumbing, we have an blended average of $41. Typically for HVAC, we have a blended average of $62. And for electrical, we have a blended average of $30. And of course, this differs. This differs per channel. For example, the PPC leads will always be more expensive than the Google LSA leads. And then the SEO leads are typically the cheapest ones, but that's what we just talked about. And then repeat and referral business is by far the cheapest, database reactivation. So yeah, just make sure that you have in mind that if you are needing to supplement leads through PPC, these are the average cost by lead source. And I think I have put this in our worksheet as well. It's on the 3rd page here, average cost per lead source. If you need to refer to it, you can feel free to use this to your own liking. So this is how you drive leads. You drive leads through the SEO and PPC display and retargeting. Okay. If you are below 1.5 million in annual revenue, I highly recommend you to focus on SEO, to do some offline and to do some repeat and referral, and you will be able to grow to 1.5 over time. And if you are over 1.5, I would highly suggest you to start putting some budget into paid advertising and supplementing some more leads. So with that being said, I would love for you to reflect on how you are driving leads through PPC and SEO. Green means you are dialed in. Everything is working to the best extent and you have a really good lead flow from SEO and PPC. Yellow means you have an area for improvement, where you say like, oh, okay, there's an area for improvement. I think I would need to work on this. And red is not dialed in at all. It does not work. I'm not ranking, my ads don't work, and I have no lead flow, and I'm just burning money, and I'm just throwing money down the drain. I'd love for you to reflect on this and put it into your notes in order for you to be able to rate yourself and go off this call and have a clear direction. So if we look at here, to rate yourself on driving leads, on organic and paid, give yourself a green, a yellow, or a red, and then we are clear for our next step, which is maximizing conversions. Once we have more leads in the business, we can start focusing on how do we maximize the conversion rate from lead to booked appointment, from booked appointment to job. Okay, these are the two conversion rates that matter most and that are really a leverage in your business. So we'll look at how we can leverage these things now. And in order to maximize our conversions, we typically use our sales funnels and retargeting ads in order for us to maximize conversions. Okay, so really important with our sales funnels is that we focus on speed to lead. We want to make sure that we are in contact with the lead 1 minute after that lead has contacted us. How we do that is by automated dialing systems, by automated responses via text messages and via emails. So we want to make sure that we have a website chat. If I land on your website, I need to be able to click that chat and put something in there, and somebody needs to get back to me within a minute of chatting. Why? Because when people are on your website and they need information from you, and you are there for them when they need you, they will be there for you when you want them. Okay, so the website chat will help you to convert more visitors into leads. And then we want to make sure that we have our email and text follow-up dialed in. So whenever somebody turns into a lead through web form, through a call, through a text message, through a website chat, we want to send an email and a text follow-up right away saying, hey, we received your request. Saying thank you. We will call you back within the next 60 seconds. And then we have the automated dial system that sends the lead to your phone. You'll be called from our call tracking system, and the call tracking system says, oh, you received the lead via web form. The first name is this. Do you want to accept the callback? And then you get connected right away. And within 1 minute and 30 seconds, you are in touch with your homeowner. Because if you take longer than 5 minutes to get back to a request, the likelihood of not getting the lead increases by 900%. By 9 times is the likelihood that you do not get the lead, that you do not book the appointment, that you do not get the job. So speed to lead and follow-up and automations are extremely important. And if you can, put online scheduling onto your website, because it will help you to soft schedule right away and have the foot in the door already. And then you follow up just like you would if you would have received the web form, and just and make that appointment solid. Okay. And if you focus on only these things, you can get your website conversion rate from 15% to 30%. Easy. You double your lead flow from the visitors you already have. That's how powerful maximizing conversions is. Here are 10 website conversion tools. I don't want to bore you too much, so I will just go a little bit more broad and not too much into detail. You want to speak your customer's language. Speak about their fears and their frustrations with your competitors and make sure they understand why you're better. Be real and be authentic. Have images of the team on your website. Have images of the trucks on your website, of your office, of jobs, of customers. The more authentic and real you are on your website, the higher your conversion rate. Use video material for your services, just like we talked about us, like who are we? Us versus them kind of style of like, how do you distinguish yourself to your entire industry in your service area? Display reviews and have social proof. Have review widgets on your website. Have little pop-ups on your website of like XYZ just gave a 5-star review. Have case studies and project pages on your website in order to establish that strong relationship. Dial in the basics of conversion optimization. Have your name, address, and phone number in the header so they can click the phone number the moment they land on the website. Have your web form optimized. Be credible, okay? Have attractive offers and coupons. Optimize your site speed to decrease the bounce rate and to increase the user experience. Implement online scheduling. Make your customers win. Think about what guarantees can you give, what warranties can you give, what kind of values can you display so you make your customer feel they win with you, and build optimized landing pages for PPC and advertising and anything else that you offer. And for you to get a little bit of a feeling how that could look like, I want to just run through a little bit through Comfort One's website to show you a couple of things, how things are looking like. So in terms of conversion optimization, we see right here, big fat call to action, request service. If they click request service, what happens? Right, a form pops up where they can just put in their information, and they click request service, and they are right away they are forwarded to scheduling an appointment. Okay, really simple, stupid. We have the same thing up here in the right corner. Okay, right here, request service, another call to action. We have the phone number right here. We have financing right here for everyone who's looking for financing information. Okay, then we have read reviews, over 265 5-star reviews. Click here to read our reviews. All the information that a homeowner needs to make a decision is right there. And then we have here big social proof. 5 stars on Google, on Yelp, and on BBB. Great. Okay, scrolling down, these are the services that they offer. Great. Oh, authentic. Geez, they smile. They look really nice. They are in nature. They have their trucks there. Oh, reviews. Awesome. I can learn how other people think about them. Oh, there's a dog in the picture. I love dogs. And these are the services. Awesome. I feel informed. Oh, that is a lot of experience. 40 years, 2,500 heating repairs. Wow, 600 systems installed, 2,000. Man, I feel like these guys are on it. Maintenance plan for top-notch service. Comfort club. Save 10% on all service. Oh, wow, I need a repair probably really bad. I should sign up. Okay, these are their awards. Wow, okay. Financing. Oh, they write a blog, and these are their service areas. Awesome. I think I'm going to give them a call. And that's how it can work. Really, 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 really simple, stupid. Another website, just to give you a little bit of an example, is a little bit more modern. Like it's also a different industry. It's home builders and remodeling. But here you can see the same principles are true. Okay, we have here address, we have the phone number here, we have the reviews up here, we have a click to call button here, we have the menu button here. It pulls up a site menu right here with the logo, with the phone number, with a button to call, and with some social media in here. Okay, and if we scroll down, we have trust in here. We have why to choose Paragon and what makes them stand apart. We have their track record right here. We talk about the company. We have reviews in here. We have the portfolio. I can click on the portfolio and scroll through all of the photos. We have the service area, and we have the newsletter sign up right here. So everything is on this website that needs to be on here, okay? In order for it to be conversion optimized, in order for you or for Paragon, for Comfort One to make the most out of their visitors, to turn more visitors into leads, more leads into book jobs, and more book jobs mean a higher return on investment, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how clear is this? 1 being, that doesn't make sense to me. Oh, that was quick. 10, awesome, cool, sweet. Let's move forward. Retargeting, really important. Retargeting is always based on the funnel stage of like, where are people in the awareness level? And the same is true for social media and display. And the retargeting ads typically give you the cheapest leads, meaning people that were already on your website, that are on your newsletter, that have looked at your social media. These are the cheapest leads to get because they've already interacted with your company. I want to think about it like this. The first stage of people coming in touch with you is through interest. And to these people that find you and are interested about you and your company, you want to help them understand why your company, what makes your company the go-to company. And then they start to consider you because they have a reason to consider you. They start considering you and ask themselves, why should I choose you now? So you need to give them a lot of reasons of like, why now? Through offers, through coupons, through so many things that help them understand why now is a good time to choose you. And then we can do this through ads, of course. And then they get into the stage of ready to move forward, and then they just need to get the deal. They need to have like a technician over there and selling them on a new system, for example. So it is this retargeting funnel of like interest-based, why you, considering you, why now? And then ready to move forward, give me a deal. And this is what we want to keep in mind when we do our retargeting ads and when we run retargeting ads like this, where we give offers like get a free AC and furnace replacement, have a new AC and furnace for as low as $30 a week, etc., etc. So if we run these ads, retargeting ads, to retarget your visitors, to convert them into leads and book jobs, we want to make sure that we think about these 3 stages: being interested, considering you, and ready to move forward. Why you? Why now? Give me a deal. And with that in mind, optimizing our website, having retargeting ads, we can double, even triple our conversion rate on our website. Look at your website now, go over to our worksheet, and you will find a checklist in this worksheet here. Let me pull it up here. Here's the checklist with the basics, with everything, and go through it after our workshop here and evaluate where you are at and where you have the biggest opportunity. And that's what I want you to do right now. Is like, in terms of website conversion and conversion in general, where are you? Are you dialed in? Is it an area for improvement, or are you not dialed in at all? Note this down and rate yourself. In the middle, maximize conversions, website and automation. How good are you on the way? Okay, please note this down so you have an action plan for after this workshop. And the next and last step in the big 3 is to optimize your return on investment. And to optimize your return on investment in our local Omnipresence framework, we use tracking and analytics in order to make data-driven decisions and look at what is actually happening in your business. So we do this by working with what converts. We put call tracking and return on investment tracking into your entire business operations. It will not affect anything that you do right now. It will just give us more data and help us make data-driven decisions to be able to report back on how much are leads, how much are the leads, how much is it to acquire a new customer for installs, for example, for repairs, how much money did we spend, from which channels did these leads come, for us to understand where does our effort already pay off and where can we push more in order to get more leads and build you up and get you this revenue and dial in the 500,000, dial in the 1.5 million, dial in the 5 million, dial in the 10 million over time, okay? Data is really important for us marketers, just to help you understand why we always say we need call tracking, is because it will help us understand how we can serve you better. Just like you go to a home and have a comfort questionnaire of understanding the entire home and looking at everything, the same we need to do with your business, but everything is digital. We don't come to your office and look at your office and say, that's wrong with your digital marketing. No, we look at your numbers and we look at the numbers that you run online, and that will help us understand what you need. Okay, does that make sense? So with this reporting, it will help us to say like, okay, this is how much the leads were and how many web forms we got, chats, etc. from Google PPC. This comes from Google Organic. This comes from Bing PPC, okay? So we are able to report back which channels work, and it informs us of like, how can we, like which channel can we use even more in order to win and help you win, okay? And then we can also filter by keywords and see that, okay, which keywords are the most effective, because that will help us understand over time for which keywords we should optimize more our website content. Because, for example, if our repair keywords do a lot better than our install keywords and we want to improve quickly, we want to focus on repair keywords in that moment and giving more context and content on your website about repair, because it will help people convert faster and better because more people come from these keywords, okay? So it will help us always navigate within your business and be flexible with you and have our marketing strategy be implemented like that. And then, of course, we can also filter by landing page and by industry. For example, if you are an HVAC, plumbing, and electrical company, for example, you cover like the biggest home services, then we can track for that as well and see, okay, how many leads did we get from calls, forms, and chats, and how many transactions did we have, how many emails did we get, etc., for each of these verticals that you serve. And then with this amount of data, we'll be able to send you monthly reports. We'll be able to go on a monthly call and say, hey, these are the numbers that we have this month. We improved or decreased our performance based on last month. These are the things that we need to do in order to improve and make sure we hit the goal that we set together. Boom. Simple like that. Data is key to make data-driven decisions. So now I want you to reflect and rate yourself on a scale of green to red. 1 is dialed in, green is dialed in, yellow is area for improvement, red is not dialed in. I want you to reflect, where are you at in terms of tracking and analytics and knowing your numbers and really having that very, very clear in front of you. And I want you as well to go into your document and mark tracking and analytics. Okay. So by now, you should have your document in front of you, and you should have marked organic, paid, website automation, and tracking and analytics in a specific color. And what we're going to do now is pulling together your action plan. You want to sort these action items right there, these items we have talked about. You should sort them by importance, meaning you want to put the driving leads first. Drive leads is the most important, and then it's maximizing conversions, then it's optimizing for ROI. So you want to make sure that you have the red ones in drive leads at first. So if paid is red, you want to go for paid first. If it's organic red, you want to go for organic first, okay? Same for the maximized conversions, same for tracking and analytics. And based on your own evaluation of where you are at and what you need to do, you need to dial in a 12-month marketing roadmap, meaning everything that we have talked about today in this workshop, you can take and put into a 12-month marketing roadmap. Or you can just give us a call, go to topsiermarketers.com/schedule, and we can schedule an Omnipresence Kickstart session. And in this Omnipresence Kickstart session, we'll go in and help you with everything that you need. We will help you to form this 12-month marketing roadmap in order to get from A to B and crush your goals. For example, in the example of Linwood Heating and Cooling, helping them understand how to get to the 500K consistently over time. And on this Kickstart session, we'll provide you with a custom tailored keyword list. We'll give you ranking reports to see where you are at right now, how you're ranking in your service area, how is your website ranking, where do you already pull good leads, and where do you have potential to grow. We'll be auditing your website based on our 66-point framework. We'll look at your website conversion, just what we talked about, to turn more visitors into leads. We will look at your SEO, meaning on-page SEO, off-page SEO, site hierarchy, website technicals, etc. And we will look at UX, user experience, because it's so important for any visitors to get brand and have a lasting impression. And then based on these analyses, we will form a 12-month marketing action plan for you, which is going to look something like this. I'm going to try here to zoom in a little bit more so you get a better understanding of this, how this might look like. So we will go into depth. We'll go into depth and talk about what you need to do in the different categories, okay, of your website, of SEO, of PPC, marketing automations, and how the phases look like, and how you need to establish certain aspects of your business in order to hit your goals, okay? So this is something that we are happy to help you with, happy to spend some time on an Omnipresence Kickstart session to help you understand how your marketing plan could look like. And this is a no obligation call. We are there truly to help you, okay? We are there because we care. We are there because we want to support HVAC and home service contractors to grow their business through digital marketing, because we love to do our job, okay? So at the end of the call, if you say like, geez, that was so informative, I can go on my own and get this executed, great. We're going to be so happy. We're going to check in after 3 or 6 months and see how you're doing in order to make sure that you are actually executing on that plan that we have made together. But if you say like, hey guys, that was really informative, I can see how this can help my business grow to X amount of revenue a year, how would it look like to work with you guys? We can go over that as well and just chat a little bit about how a partnership could look like, okay? So if you say Omnipresence Kickstart session, I want to have a little bit help in terms of making an action plan, just call 602-810-4599. You will land right away at with Ryan, my business partner, or you visit topsiermarketers.com/schedule. Give us some information about your business so we can prepare our session, and then we'll get together and get the ground rocking, okay? So to wrap up this session today, I want you to reflect. What are your top 3 action items? Write these top 3 action items down. I would love to see them in the chat. Linwood, Linwood Heating and Cooling, you have been so interactive today. So please help me understand. What are your top 3 action items in order to crush your $500,000 in annual revenue and drive the 94 leads that you need to get a month? Help me understand. What do you need to do? what are your top 3 action items in order to get this rocking? Because in the end of the day, our time today was worth nothing if you do not put down action items, prioritize them, and go execute them. The time you spent here with me was a waste of time. You just listened to a little bit of knowledge. But if you do not execute on it and turn it into wisdom, our time today was unfortunately not well spent. So I want to make sure with this reflection of the top action items that you can win with the amount of time you have spent here. You know, I always try to think it that way. I have my wife, I have my kiddo. Would it be better to have spent this time with my kiddo and my wife, or have I made enough value from this time that I have spent here in order to justify why I didn't spend it with my wife and my kiddo? Okay. So Linwood Heating and Cooling, if you're still with me, give me your top 3 action items. I would love to look over them or schedule Omnipresent Kickstart session and we can get into it. So thanks. I will start with on-page SEO, off-page SEO, optimizing business pages. Awesome. Cool. Amazing. You'll find more information about that on our website as well. There's a couple of things about on-page SEO, off-page SEO, optimizing business pages. Also, we will keep running these webinars every month where we'll run exactly through these topics month by month. So just stay tuned. I'm super stoked to see your growth for sure. So what we covered today is we set clear goals and targets for the year. We realigned our KPIs and tracking to reach the goals and targets. We talked about tracking analytics and how important it is. We mapped out a plan for accomplishment. We mapped out the budget you need. We mapped out the channels you should serve. We mapped out the important trends you should follow. And so what we did today is we set you up for massive success in 2025 and beyond. But what we did today is worth nothing if you do not start executing. And if you say, oh, I need a little help. I want your help. I want you to look over what I'm doing wrong, and where I have the most opportunity. I'd like to invite you to take advantage of our complimentary online marketing audit. Our complimentary online marketing audit is our Omnipresence Kickstart session where we will create a custom tailored keyword list going into depth into keywords that you need to focus on and how to write content. We'll have a local ranking report, meaning local map pack and organic. We'll do a website audit, SEO, conversion rate, and user experience. We'll look at your PPC, LSA, and social advertising plan based on the marketing budget that you have in mind and where you want to grow. And we'll get this 12-month marketing action plan together. If you feel like you want to get an Omnipresence Kickstart session, just call 602-810-4599 or visit topspeedmarketers.com/schedule. And with that being said, I am feeling complete for today, and I would love to open the room for questions. I know we went a little over. We have 1 hour and 40 on the books, which is 100 minutes. I said it's going to be 90. I tend to go over because I'm burning. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat right now. We can chat. If you have questions and watching the replay, you can always send us an email to info@topspeedmarketers, or if you want to speak to me directly, you can send me an email at thomas@topspeedmarketers.com. You can put your questions in the comments and we'll make sure that we answer them in following videos. Or you can just schedule an Omnipresence Kickstart session. We go over everything that you need to know in order for you to dial in your online marketing. Linwood Heating and Cooling said, thank you so much for this info. I'm looking forward to having the recording. Awesome, cool. With that being said, since there are not any other questions here, at least not right now, I will wrap up our session today. Super, super grateful for you all being here and spending the time to work on your HVAC and home services company. For everyone who missed this recording, this webinar will receive the recording, of course. And with that being said, I'm looking forward to seeing you win in 2025. And please do not hesitate to reach out to us anytime if you need anything or have any questions, okay? With that being said, I said with that being said many times. So with that being said, I say adios. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you all very much. And we will talk soon in the future.